Hi Ash, how are you? I hope you're having a beautiful week. So you are a child of Ash if you were born between 21 degrees of Pisces and 9 degrees of Aries. So if you're not sure what your birth degrees are, then you just need to go onto an astrology site and just find out what your sun sign is, and then the two numbers that are next to it, they're the degrees that you were born between, sorry, the first number. So if that number sits between those degrees that I've just given you, then you are a child of Ash. I've just finished doing Willows, and we're basically now on the channel going to be going through the Celtic birth tree system rather than the sidereal or the tropical astrology. So Ash, I instantly feel a lot lighter in your reading than I did for Willow. Willows was very dreamy, which is very Willow, but we were talking about quite a bit of heaviness that Willow was moving through, and suddenly the light was starting to turn on for them. So for you, Ash, let's get an opening card, please, for the children born under the ash tree. An opening card, please, for the children born under the ash tree. Ooh, the white heart. So someone is drawing a lot of strength, presence, internal power. So this might be you, Ash, or it could be someone that is playing a very prominent role in your life. So I want to get one more so I can get a better idea of this picture. Oh, whoa, okay. Wow. So we have the white heart, and then we have the enchanter. That is cool. So there's clearly two individuals here, Ash. So we have one individual that is watching another individual. So I'm seeing this white heart here is watching this enchanter at work. So you or someone else, although I kind of feel like this is you, Ash. I feel like you're peeking in, sorry, cat hair floating in the screen. I feel like you're peeking in, or you're observing someone that you really, really respect, someone that you find incredibly skillful, incredibly talented, and that you are wishing to learn from as well. It's almost like you've just recently discovered this person. You've just made your way through the woodland and you've happened upon this lit cottage with the fire crackling away inside, and you peek just gently at the window and you see this figure here studying away, casting their spells, casting their enchantment, working away at their craft. And you can feel this magic, you can feel the power and the skill and the knowledge and the wisdom of this individual. I'm so sorry, like the light is really shiny on these cards, by the way. Sorry guys, maybe I should hold them like that, although that's not much better. But you're definitely observing someone, and I don't think that they know that you're observing them, but you do. It's not in a disrespectful way. You have very great respect for them, and it's almost like you want to approach them, but at the same time you're a bit too nervous and you don't want them to know that you're there. You don't want them to know that you're observing them. But someone has noticed that you're observing them, because now I'm noticing this little owl here in the corner, right? It's like, this is you, Ash. You're observing this figure here. And while you're observing them, you don't realise, but this figure here has actually realised that you're there. And this owl is actually this person here. So you think that they don't know that you're observing them or watching them. But in reality, they do know. They can sense it. They can pick up on it. They know that you're interested. They know that there's something about them that is drawing you to them. And it's almost got that feeling of like, I don't know, let's just bring it back to a really mundane thing. There's a guy that's noticing a girl, and the girl is trying to act like she doesn't realize that he's watching her, but she's behaving in a certain way and twiddling her hair in a certain way, because he thinks that she doesn't realize, but she fully is aware that he's watching her, and she wants to make sure that she looks good while he's watching. It's got that kind of a vibe, right? Which is interesting. But I don't actually feel like, well, I don't know. Okay, so you had psychic development pop out, along with retreat, along with truth. Okay, so actually I want to just scrap those words because I'm instantly drawn to this card here. Do you see how we have this almost like an elk sort of symbol in the middle, and then we have this little bird that's here? This is this stag watching this bird, right? Watching this being. So Ash, you are absolutely just entranced by something, and you're observing them diligently. I want to say you're observing them diligently. It's almost like you're watching them through this space. You see all this sort of black starriness here, right? It's almost like this elk figure is watching into this space, or is watching this space, and this is the image of that person or that being in their mind. And this bird is singing here, right? It's singing a song. It's singing a song that really resonates with the elk. And so the elk is sitting and just observing as much as they can, but not approaching the bird, right? Not approaching this enchanter here. Instead, they're just watching them. So why aren't you approaching them, Ash? I think it's because you put this individual that you're watching on a real pedestal, right? Because we have this eagle here now. You're putting them on such a regal pedestal with the enchanter and this eagle, that you feel like you don't match. You feel like you can't approach them because you don't necessarily feel like you can hold them in conversation. You feel like they're too advanced for you in the way that they may discuss things. You feel like they are extremely well read, that they are extremely skilled and talented, and that you are putting them a peg above you. And so you're not approaching them because you have this deep respect and admiration for them. And although you want to approach them, you're feeling far too intimidated. And so instead you're just trying to like keep your distance here. Then we have this swan coming in. Oh, this is really beautiful. Okay, maybe we are talking about maybe we are talking about some sort of an attraction here. Okay, so this is this other person, right? This eagle, this highly skilled, highly intelligent, very gifted individual here that you are putting on a pedestal and that you're observing. But do you remember what I was saying at the start of the reading, where it's almost like the elk is here feeling like it's being sneaky and it's not been noticed. But in actual reality, this figure has noticed the elk because it's got 2 eyes on it as well, right? And so this sun here is basically this individual, right? Because the sun always represents the masculine. And this might not be a masculine individual, but what I'm saying is that these 2 figures match here, right? You've got the masculine figure here, this enchanter, and then you've got the sun. So I'm seeing the sun and the enchanter as the same person, right? Whether that be male or female. But what you're not realizing, Ash, is that this individual here is actually viewing you as the swan. Because these 2 beings they're beautiful and white, right? It's this sort of, you don't realize it, but the person is actually viewing you as something just beautiful, something that's divine, something that is sacred as well. And you don't even realize it. That this person actually looks at you and thinks that you are regal, and that actually you are enchanting them just as much as they're enchanting you. And so you need to have a little bit more confidence, maybe, Ash, and realize that you actually have an incredible amount that you can offer this individual. So if this isn't a love setting, and this is maybe there's a creative person that you really admire and really connect with, this could be also them watching you thinking, wow, you have your own magic that you deliver to the world as well, and that they see you in a light that they also revere you, and they also think that you are incredibly talented and gifted and special in your own right. But you don't seem to see that, Ash. You don't seem to see your own gifts and your own magic for some reason. Get a little bit more. Something's a wish come true, actually, Ash. So you have 9 of visions here, right? Oh, okay. You have 9 of visions here, and then you have the Hermit also. So I think you've been wishing for a moment to have an interaction with this one here, right? Or swap it around. They've been wishing to have an interaction with you, vice versa. But some sort of a wish, some sort of a desire has been cast out into the universe, right? And the universe has heard it and it's responded, because actually this person has noticed you as well. And here with this Hermit, right, this is just reminding me of this elk sat here just watching this person. You know, this badger here is just watching this light. So you might be watching them actually on a video, right? You might be watching them on social media, or something like that. But there's something that's removed, right? There's something that's removed about your position and their position. They might not necessarily be in the vicinity of you regularly, but you still are able to observe them in some way. But there is some sort of a wish fulfillment that's actually starting to appear now, because you have this penny that has been cast into the wishing well, right? So it's almost like you've been sat there directing a lot of thought and a lot of feeling towards this desire, and now suddenly the light's turning on. There's some sort of a flame that's being lit, because this individual, this flame here, is starting to notice you as well. Beautiful. Okay, I want to finish the reading with a blessing for you, Ash. So can I get a blessing, please, for Ash? Oh, okay. Interesting. So these 2 fell out, but this one actually just flipped around completely in the deck. And this is Nellis. Yeah, Nellis, the alchemist. So some sort of a transformation is about to take place in this situation, Ash, because of this wish that you've cast out, right? you've put a wish in the wishing well and it's been received. And because of that, Nellis is coming in now to say that this situation is about to be transformed. Something is going to go to the next stage now. Something is going to go to the next bit of its fruition, the next part of its cycle, because of this wish that you've cast out. Maybe you want to finally strike up a conversation with this person. Maybe there's a artist that you want to combine with to create something beautiful, or create a project together, something like that. But this blessing is coming in here to say that your wish has been heard and your wish has been received, and the situation is about to be transformed. So something that you might not be able to recognize now. You might have been observing this situation for quite some time, and then suddenly the wheels are going to start turning and the clock's going to start moving forward, and it's going to start kickstarting whatever it is that you two are meant to come together to achieve. So that's awesome. Okay, Ash, I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this reading, then don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we're going through the Celtic birth tree system now, so it's something a little bit different. But I hope you enjoyed this reading, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. But Ash, I wish you a beautiful week, and I'm sending you lots of love.